You are listening to PR Radio Station of America.
Oscar Guevara sat in front of his laptop, the glow of the screen lighting his tired face. At 21, his health struggles already weigh on him heavily. A brain tumor surgery in 2021 left him with seizures, constant pain, and a stutter that makes public speaking difficult. Yet here he was, determined to speak because his father's freedom depended on it. During a virtual press call, Oscar explained that his father Mario had been his anchor through every painful stage of his recovery. From driving him to countless medical appointments to sitting at his bedside during the long nights of recovery, Mario had been there. Losing him to detention has shaken Oscar's already fragile stability. Oscar described the small but powerful daily routines that his father created for him. Mario would remind him to take his medications, prepare meals that helped him regain strength, and encourage him to stay focused on the future when the pain felt unbearable. Without him, those routines are broken, replaced by uncertainty and worry. The young man's voice cracked as he spoke of his father's absence, admitting that he has moments when he feels close to giving up. "My dad is the one who keeps me going," he said. "Without him, I feel like I am losing the fight all over again." The press call fell silent as listeners absorbed the weight of his words. Oscar's plea was not just about himself. He reminded everyone that his family depends on Mario's presence, not only as a father, but also as a provider and a community journalist. His words painted a picture of a family left broken, a son in pain, and a father trapped in a detention system that has no room for compassion. Mario Guevara built a reputation as a digital journalist, reporting on immigration arrests and crime stories in Georgia. His work was gritty, unfiltered, and often critical of law enforcement practices. On June 14th, while covering a protest called the No Kings Rally, he was arrested. Cameras captured the moment, sparking outrage among press freedom advocates. Though criminal charges against him were quickly dismissed, immigration authorities kept Mario detained. An immigration judge even ordered his release on bond, but that order was ignored. More than 100 days later, he remains behind bars, his future uncertain. Oscar explained that his father's detention has silenced an important voice in their community. Mario's independent news service once reported daily updates, informing immigrant families about police activity and arrests. Now the site has slowed to a trickle. Without his father, Oscar said, the community is left in the dark. Mario's arrest has become symbolic of a wider conflict between journalists and government authorities. Free press organizations argue that he was targeted not for breaking laws, but for exposing uncomfortable truths. Civil rights lawyers see his detention as retaliation for his critical reporting on immigration raids and police actions. For Oscar, though, the politics matter less than the personal impact. "He's not just a journalist," he said. "He's my dad. He's the one who takes care of me. He is the reason I can get through each day." His plea resonated far beyond the screen, touching those who heard it. Mario's legal status has been contested for more than a decade. He entered on a tourist visa and later filed for asylum, which gave him temporary work authorization. His asylum claim remained unresolved, but he built a life in Georgia, working and raising his family. The Department of Homeland Security argues that Mario lacks legal status and points to a voluntary departure order issued in 2012. Yet Mario's lawyers counter that the case was closed after negotiations with government attorneys, allowing him to stay and continue working. When Mario was arrested this summer, the government reopened the old asylum case. Immigration judges initially sided with him, ordering his release on bond. But the Bureau of Immigration Appeals stepped in, reversing the decision and keeping him locked up. His lawyers have filed a habeas corpus petition in federal court, asking a judge to order his release. They argue that his detention is unlawful and that he poses no threat. They also stress that his continued detention deprives his son of the care he desperately needs. Press freedom groups joined the fight, pointing out that Mario is the only journalist currently detained by immigration authorities. They argue that this is not just about one man, but about the principle of protecting reporters who expose government actions. His case has now become a rallying point for both immigration advocates and defenders of the free press. While Mario sits in detention, life outside grows harder for his family. At one point, he was placed in solitary confinement, given only 2 hours of fresh air per day. Though he has since been moved back into the general population, the memory of those isolating days lingers. Oscar admits he has tried to step into his father's shoes, but his own health makes it nearly impossible. His seizures and constant pain limit how much he can work. He takes part-time photography jobs and contributes what he can, but the family still struggles to pay bills. His sister works as a human resources assistant, while their younger brother is still in school. Together, they try to hold the family together, but Oscar admits that it feels like they are adrift without him. Their church and a GoFundMe campaign have been their lifeline. Meanwhile, Mario's news site has almost gone silent. Oscar uploads what he can, but he is not a reporter. Recordings and videos from his father's phone disappeared after police seized his devices. Community members noticed the absence of the stories Mario once told. The absence has left a hole not only in the Guevara family, but in their community. Our neighbors depended on his reporting, Oscar said. Now, people are less informed, and it feels like the silence is intentional. As weeks stretch into months, Oscar's health concerns deepen. His brain surgery left him fragile, and without his father's daily support, he feels vulnerable. He's the one who helps me get through the pain, he said. I need him home. Civil rights advocates have echoed his plea, arguing that Mario's detention undermines the principle of due process. They describe immigration enforcement as acting like a secret police force, with masked agents, unmarked cars, and little transparency. Mario's attorneys emphasize that he now has a pending application for permanent residency, which could give him legal status. But until the courts act, he remains locked up, caught in a system that seems determined to silence him. For Oscar, the fight is not about politics or policy, but about family. I am sick myself and often overwhelmed by my own pain, he said. I need my dad home. He is the one who keeps me strong. His statement is both a plea and a warning about the human cost of immigration detention. The press conference ended, but Oscar's words lingered. They painted a picture of a family fractured by detention, of a son struggling to carry the weight of illness and responsibility, and of a journalist whose voice has been silenced. The case is now in the hands of the courts, but for Oscar, the only answer is simple: his father must come home. This is the end of that story. Now tell me in the comments, what's your story? I'll read out the most interesting ones in the next video. Do not forget to hit a like button and subscribe. See you.